Hey, this is the Folklore Scrolls. I'm Goose.
And I'm John.
See, we switched it up a bit. I said hello this time.
Oh my god, it's like a parallel universe.
This is a parallel universe. Through the door. How's the Twilight theme go?
I don't know, it's been years.
Well, can't think of it now.
Yeah, okay. Alright. So we got another SCP here today. We always like to start off the show with the SCPs, and looks like you found a pretty cool one here today there, Goose.
That's right. I clicked the first one I saw.
Tons of research here.
It had an exclamation point in it, so I went right for it.
Yeah, it's like it said, you won't believe the top 10 things about this. And
you
then
won't
it's like
believe how many doctors hate you.
Doctors hate this guy.
It's one weird trick to make doctors hate you.
We have an interview with the one dentist that didn't like the Colgate.
Yeah, I'm the 1 out of 10 doctors.
Exclusive interview here.
I just prefer using sticks to brush my teeth. That's what I have to say.
All natural.
All natural methods.
That's right. So here we go with the SCP-161, a Euclid. And so we got, safe. We got Euclid. You got Keter. I think Euclid's in between the safe and the Keter.
Yes.
So it can be contained.
Caution.
Yeah, caution is. And so all 3 instances of SCP-161
3 of them
are to be kept in separate containers. And Containment Locker 34 Zeta. Each container is to be triple locked with all 9 keys to go to separate members of the senior staff. Once every 3 months, each individual instance of SCP-161 is to be removed from containment. Current scheduling allows for only 1 instance to be removed in any given month. When removing SCP-161, the remover is required to not be a member of the senior staff. However, they are to be accompanied by 3 members of senior staff with the keys at all times that 161 is out of containment. The remover is to be dressed in a full environmental suit with extra reinforcement around the wrist joints to avoid contact. The senior staff accompanying the remover are to be dressed similarly. Before removal, a cell is to be set up for activation of SCP-161. 2 D-classes will need to be requisitioned. 1 D-class is to be strapped into a chair, immobilized, their left arm at a right angle of their body. It is imperative that their wrists be locked in so they cannot turn their hand or move the angle of SCP-161. The second D-class is to be strapped to the wall directly in front of first D-class's hand. When removed, SCP-161 is to be immediately moved to the prepared room. 161 is to be placed into the locked hand of the immobilized D-class. Once the D-class has activated 161 once, it is to be removed from them and returned to containment. Both Class Ds are then to be returned to the general populace, but are never to be assigned together. Wow.
Whoa.
This sounds like a pretty crazy one there.
I'm not sure
Goose.
what happened. What just happened?
So they got like 9 keys,
Okay,
and I guess like
after
9 senior staff, and when they got to remove one once a month.
Okay.
And when they take one out, they're supposed to be like a D-class that's not senior management and a giant like hazmat suit, I guess. Like, you ever seen those people who work around nuclear? Like the giant yellow suits.
It sounds like they have their arms strapped to a metal
and
frame.
they get like a giant, like, I guess, like gauntlet that they have to carry it with.
So they can't turn it.
And then there's another D-class strapped in a chair, and their hand has to be turned a certain way, another one in the wall in front of it. So I'm guessing if they didn't have another one in that wall, it would fly through the wall or something. I guess we'll find out.
So they don't see what happens. Okay. Description. There are currently 3 copies of SCP-161 in Foundation control.
What?
The SCP-161... I think I already said that, though.
Yeah, I know. What? What? Oh, man. You got to be like those crazy YouTubers, right? It's like, oh, man, oh. Here
Whoa, crazy. What, 3?
Hey,
3?
Whoa.
I can't believe it. What, 3?
Oh, my God.
It appears to be brightly colored plastic child's pinwheel with "The Factory" stamped on the back. SCP-161 only displays its unique properties when held by the bare hand of a human being.
No way!
Whoa, I can't believe the bare hand!
God.
Raw flesh! Slap me some skin. That was a high
right.
five for you, the viewer.
For that subscription and that like you gave.
That was...
You looking handsome / beautiful today.
I think we can just say handsome. Hey, girl, you looking handsome.
That's right.
Damn, girl. So
That's
handsome.
a step above.
Look at that jawline.
On a whole another level.
Call me pretty, would you?
Anyways.
Approximately 3 to 7 seconds after grasping SCP-161, the holder will find himself made aware of how to activate the device. From this point on, the holder is completely convinced that SCP-161 is capable of emitting energy pulses of varying strength. Something to say?
I
heard a sharp intake of breath.
I was thinking it.
Okay. This conviction
What?
only...
What?
The conviction only affects the bear.
That's a big word.
No one else can see the pulses, nor do they appear to do any actual damage. Wow!
Dang, dude.
Dang. However, anything the wielder destroys with the energy pulses becomes no longer capable of affecting the wielder, even when no longer in contact with SCP-161. Walls affected by the energy pulse can be walked through by the wielder, and living beings so affected not only cannot touch the user, but anything wielded by said beings will be unable to touch the user of SCP-161 as well.
I think I'm so lost right now. I gotta say.
A minor side effect causes the wielder of SCP-161 to develop megalomania and delusions of grandeur. So, basically, it's like in a game. It's like when you're deleting objects on your server side.
Right.
And everyone else can still see and use the objects, but for you, they don't exist.
Huh.
So you walk through objects, and they're not there for you because you destroyed them, but for everyone else, you're just walking through a wall.
Amazing.
Outstanding.
Addendum 1. Original procedures altered when the security guard with no prior knowledge of SCP-161 broke into the containment locker and began using it freely. After security containment of the breach, researchers discovered that if 161 were not used occasionally, the artifact would begin to radiate a telepathic lure. The lure would affect those with low self-esteem and willpower and call them to 161. At that point, they would take an artifact in hand and begin to use it as described. So that's probably why they do that thing with the 2D classes, because if they don't, it'll just send out like a lure kind of telepathic thing.
And they never meet again because one of them destroyed the other person, but the other person is fine and in society.
That'd be pretty crazy. It's like, here's your boss, Jim. I see no one in that chair.
Addendum 2. A junior researcher attempting to cultivate the approval of the senior staff noticed an unusual trend in beings and objects supposedly destroyed by SCP-161. Investigation into beings affected by SCP-161 before containment revealed all of them had committed suicide, many within a year of being affected. A review of objects affected by 161 showed that, while many were still standing, most had fallen apart, and those still together showed signs of decay many years in advance of where they should be. A review of researchers who had been affected by 161 revealed that over 50% of them had since died, and those that remained, interviews consistent contained the idea that life just wasn't fun anymore. As of this finding, SCP-161 is now exclusively to be used on D-Class, never near support walls. Use of SCP-161's effects for the acquisition of SCP objects that create an environment hostile to terrestrial life, including SCP-2933, who I don't know who that is, has been proposed by several research staff. Approval denied.